Top service, top parts, top warranties, and always with a smile. That's what you get at Amco Transmission on Market Street in Hammond. With 25 years experience and over 20 million transmission service, Amco has built the reputation one satisfied customer at a time. What else would you expect from the world's largest chain of transmission specialists? You don't get this big without doing things right.
Here's your warranty, sir. Here at Amco, our reputation is built on quality service at a fair price.
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
Fine, how you doing?
Great. Hey, Dan. Oh, what's that you got?
John, how's it going?
Great. Ooh, well, that looks good. Janine, what kind of pizza is that?
Oh, it's pepperoni, black olive, and artichoke hearts.
That's what I want. I'll have one of those. There's 3 things that make a great restaurant: great food, great service, and great atmosphere. You'll find all 3 at Tommy's Pizza. The oldest insurance agency in Hammond, the Dameron Jones Agency, has been serving this area for almost 50 years with A-plus rated companies and excellent service for its many customers. Automobile insurance for blazers, trucks, motorcycles, mobile homes, and homes. Come in to 211 West Thomas Street in Hammond today. Dameron Jones Insurance Agency. Drop in and let us help you. 345-7471. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Dixie Mazda, Nissan, Lincoln, Mercury of Hammond, Louisiana. Now the #1 new car sales leader in Hammond. At Dixie, our customers have purchased over 100 cars each month for the last 10 months. With over $3 million in RV inventory and over $2 million in used and program car inventory, Dixie Motors has an exceptional array of vehicles for you to choose from to meet your needs. Remember, Dixie Mazda, Nissan, Lincoln, Mercury is still the home of no rigmarole. Drop in soon at Dixie Motors in Hammond, Louisiana, at the corner of North Morrison Boulevard and Church Street.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the University Center at Southeastern Louisiana University. This is Larry Heimel along with Dick Sharp, bringing you tonight's ball game between the Southeastern Lions and Campbell University. And Dick, undoubtedly the biggest game of the regular season for Southeastern in many a year. If Thursday's game was big, this one tonight is humongous.
Yes, a lot of things have happened in the last couple of days to make it a real big ball game. Samford won this afternoon and put a lot of pressure on the Lions tonight, because if for some reason we were to lose tonight, not only do we fall into a tie with Samford for the West Division championship, but Samford would also end up getting the #1 seed because of the way the teams they've played and the margins of difference. So, at any rate, it's a big game tonight, and we're going to see 2 completely contrasting styles of offense. Southeastern is the leading scoring team in the league. Campbell has the lowest scoring average in the league. Southeastern allows the most points. Campbell allows the least amount of points. So it's going to be a contest to see who can get who to play their kind of ball game.
Well, coming off the heels of that gigantic 93-83 win over College of Charleston Thursday night, the Lions, as you said, battling for the #1 seed in the Trans-America Athletic Conference tournament, come in tonight 15-10 overall. Campbell is 15-10 after defeating Centenary the other night. Tonight's ball game being brought to you by the Amy Cinema, Tommy's Pizza, Amco, Dameron Jones Insurance, and Dixie Mazda, Nissan, Lincoln, Mercury of Hammond. And Dick, once again, set the stage for a nice ball game. A win by the Lions. They get the top seed for the conference tournament, which starts next week in DeLand, Florida. A loss, and they would finish 3rd. Well, 2nd and 3rd is basically the same because you're in the same bracket. And now the big key, though, is the bottom half, and it's so jumbled we can't even give you a halfway decent picture, because there's 4 or 5 teams that can finish anywhere from 5 to 8, and there's an outside chance that the host team, Stetson University, may not even qualify for the tournament.
If Stetson loses tonight, they're not even in the tournament, which would be disastrous for them. Of course, they put up a lot of money to put on this tournament, and then to have their team not even make it would be bad, not only for the school, but for the attendance at the tournament.
Well, the Lions, as we said, are 15-10. Campbell likewise 15-10. The Lions have 1 game lead in the standings, are 9-4 in the conference. Campbell is 10-4 in the conference. Campbell is 10-5. Overall in the conference play. So Southeastern needing this victory to to latch on that #1, finish up with a 16-win season, then go into the conference tournament, needing 3 wins there also, though, to walk on to the NC2A tournament. And now we're getting ready for the pregame presentations, but the first thing that they're going to do is introduce the 2 seniors on this ball club. One of them's only been here 1 year, and the other one's only been here 2 years, but they made a big impact. They've been a key to this program, and Dick, I'll let you follow the ceremonies and talk about these 2 guys.
Right now they're in the process of introducing Jason Winningham. Jason, as we said, is one of our 2 seniors. He's a 6'9" power forward. He's from Hermitage, Tennessee, and wears the number 25. His parents are here with him tonight, and they're being introduced right now, Mr. and Mrs. Ward Winningham. Jason has led the Lions in rebounding all season and averaging point rebounds double-double with 10.2 rebounds a game. Ranks him 21st in the nation, and he's 3rd on the team in scoring at 15.2 points a game. He was named the Trans-America Athletic Conference Co-Player of the Week December 4th. He has season highs of 26 points and 19 rebounds and has recorded 11 double-doubles on the year. He's been the team's top rebounder in 14 games and the top scorer in 7 games. He's going to finish in the top 10 in the SLU charts in single-season rebounds, rebounding average, and block shots. Jason's well-deserving of the nice round of applause he's receiving from the congregated fans here tonight.
Our second senior is a 6'5" forward from North Gulfport, Mississippi.
They're now introducing Sam Bowie, which he needs very little introduction to this group. This is his 2nd year here. Sam's posted 2 of the most prolific seasons in Southeastern history, currently ranked 8th on the career scoring list, having only been here 2 years. With 1,101 points, Sam's one of the only 12 Lions to reach the 1,000-point plateau and the only player to do it in 2 years. Sam's led the Lions in scoring both years, and this year's average of 22.1 points a game ranks 2nd in a single season. Sam is 21st in the nation and 2nd in the TAC conference in scoring. He was named the Louisiana Sports Writers Association Player of the Week February 12th, the Louisiana Writers Association and TAC Player of the Week January 15th, and the WAFB Channel 9 Baton Rouge Player of the Week January 22nd. His 39 points this year against Central Florida is the 2nd most in a single game by a Lion. Sam has scored in double digits in every game he's played as a Lion, now totaling 53. He will finish his career in the top 10 in points, 3-pointers made, and block shots. Sam's been invited as one of 7 seniors to participate in the National Collegiate Championship Slam Dunk Contest in conjunction with this year's Final Four, which we televised live on ESPN with hosts Dick Vitale and John Saunders March 28th at 6:30.
The Lions, Sam Bowie.
And fitting round of applause for these 2 Lion basketball players who have been so instrumental to the success for the team this year, Jason Winningham and Sam Bowie. And that's a good crowd continuing to file in here. I don't know if it's going to quite match Thursday night's Charleston crowd, but it's still going to be a good one and what we want to see as this team picks up. And I think it's going to be carryover, and I think you're going to see it start to pick up early next year, Dick. And that's what it takes. You got to start somewhere. Lions have started winning this year. Build the crowds as the season starts filing to an end, and then next year you pick up and they start coming out a lot earlier, and then it even builds from there if you continue your winning.
And Southeastern's team next year has a lot of promise. Even though we lose 2 outstanding ball players, we pick up a couple outstanding ball players too. One red-shirted freshman from Western Kentucky that will be with us, and John Miles, the transfer from Georgetown, will be with us. So Southeastern's going to have a bunch of good players coming back. Their freshmen will have a little more experience. Plus the transfers in here ought to make for another great season next year.
Well, we certainly hope so, but of course we hopefully have a lot of action left in this season, as right now they're introducing the Campbell starting lineup. They are led scoring-wise by Scott Neely, number 32, who's averaging 14.2 points a game. They have 2 other stars in double figures, number 14, Corey Best, and number 31, Andre King. As Dick told you, they are one of the lowest scoring teams in the conference, 64.9, but also holding the Lions holding their opponents to 64-2. Southeastern, conversely, though, is averaging for the season 86 points a game, one of the top 10 teams scoring in the nation. And, Dick, I thought one of the most astounding statistics that came out of that victory Thursday night, that was the first time that any team had ever scored over 90 points against a John Cressy coached basketball team, and he's been coaching college basketball for over 20 years, and that's the first time a team has ever scored over 90 points against him.
That's remarkable.
It's remarkable that you've gone that long and you never even got at least one shootout with somebody.
He's a fine coach, and everybody acknowledges that. He's had opportunities to coach at a lot bigger schools than Charleston.
And, of course, the other thing, they had a record when they scored over 80 points. They were something like 109-0 in games in which they scored over 80 points. So it's just something, those two figures are just mind-boggling, and the Lions erased both of those numbers. Southeastern starting lineup just been introduced. We're getting ready to tip off tonight's ball game. Officials Phil Robinson, Leon Wood, Kevin Mathis for the game tonight. The final home game for the Southeastern Lions. Not the final basketball action here, though, because we have Lady Lions have 3 games next week, and then they host the Trans-American Athletic Conference Women's Tournament March the 7th through the 9th. Again, quickly, tonight's ball game being brought to you by Dameron Jones Insurance Agency, Amco, Tommy's Pizza, Amy Cinema, and Dixie Miles and Nissan Lincoln of Hammond. Getting ready for the opening tip-off, and this will be Andre King going against Jason Whittingham as they get ready to start tonight's crucial action between the Lions and the Campbell Camels.
Got to be some butterflies out there. Both of them know a lot's on the line here tonight.
And the opening tip is controlled by Campbell, and Dan Pogue, the playmaker, sets it up, guarded by Troy Green. On the left wing, that's Best outside to Neely. Back to Pogue. And they go back out to Hurst. Right side to Best. They'll work this basketball. It's one of the reasons they have get the ball inside. The shot is blocked out of bounds by Sam Bowie. They'll have 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And they milk the clock a lot, and that's going to keep the scores low overall. Of course, the one thing the Lions want to do is try to get them in a quicker tempo ball game. Inbounds pass by Whittingham. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Pogue pulls up, shoots over Green. No good. Rebounded, finally pulled down underneath by Hurst. He misses the shot, and Troy Green comes over. The Lions on the attack. Bowie down on the left side, drives all the way. Puts the shot up off the glass, no good, and rebounded in there by King. Now Campbell will slowly come back up the court. They do not want to get in a running battle with the Lions tonight, and you'll try to see them slow it down at their every opportunity.
A very deliberate basketball team.
That's Best to Hurst. Hurst puts up the shot. It's good for 2.
As contrasted to College of Charleston, which started a whole bunch of people from South Carolina, this Campbell team starts 3 players from Indiana.
Troy Green launches a 3-pointer that misses everything, and Best comes down with the rebound. Dan Pogue's a playmaker. He'll bring it up the court. That's Scott Neely underneath. Shots put up off the glass and good by Best as they ran a play and got him open.
Sam got just a little bit behind him there, and it didn't. By the time he realized what had happened, it was too late.
4-0 Campbell lead in the early going. Don't forget, Charleston jumped out to a 10-point lead. Outside, left side to Whittingham. Whittingham pulls up, shoots from 16, no good, off the glass, and rebounded by Best. Lions starting out much like they did in the last ball game.
Showing a little bit of nerves here so far.
That's right side to Best. He pulls up, shoots the 18-footer, no good. The ball is tipped out of bounds. It will be Campbell University.
Dan Pogue taking it out of bounds is one of the league leaders in assists. He is the league leader in assists, averaging 8 assists a ball game.
That's Hurst out to Pogue. He gets it inside to Neely. Puts a shot up. It's blocked by Whittingham. Recovered by the Lions. Green down quickly on the side. Passes it in the Bowie as he drives the lane. He's fouled on. I think they'll call it on the floor, which would be an inbound pass for the Lions. Lions had a 3-on-1. Green got it to Bowie, breaking down the lane.
Ideally, on that kind of a fast break, you want your ball to go to the middle. Let the middleman feed it off.
Well, Green will inbound on the Lions basket. There's the Lions set up, trying to crack the ice here after 2 minutes of play. Inbound to Whittingham. Whittingham to Evans underneath, drives up lane and puts a short shot up. No good. Almost rebounded in by Bowie. Green back out to Grant. Grant top of the key, passes underneath to Whittingham. Goes up and stuffs it home. Nice move by Whittingham on the baseline. It's 4-2.
Nice feed there, too. Nice feed by Rico.
Now the Lions going in full court pressure, trying to step up the tempo for the Camels. That's Pogue with the basketball. He drives right side pass, Green, pulls up, passes underneath. The ball is bounced away and stolen inbounds and finally recovered by the Lions. Quick outlet pass to Rico Grant. Grant pulls up, drives off the glass. Good. Rico Grant ties it at 4. Now the Lions again, full court pressure. They get it across the center line to Hurst. In the lane, shots put up as they pass off to King. Andre King has his first bucket, and it's 6-4. Roy Green with the basketball. Whittingham back to Green. Left side to Bowie. Bowie drives in the lane, passes off underneath. The ball is picked up, grabbed by Evans. He's tied up quickly, and it'll be a jump ball. It'll be Southeastern possession.
Southeastern still looking a little bit nervous out there. They'll settle down in a minute.
Green passes into Whittingham, has the ball slapped away from him in the lane. The ball hits the floor and it's picked up by Neely. Campbell comes up with a loose ball, Pogue down the court. That's one thing the other night. There were not too many loose balls that Southeastern did not get in a game against Charleston.
Campbell basketball.
Ball goes out of bounds on the end line. It'll be Campbell basketball. Fighting Camels. They set their play up. Pogue with the basketball. That's Best as he backs it out. Pass in the lane. Neely puts a shot up. It's good.
Notice they're well coached. They work that ball nicely till they get the open shot. They haven't taken a bad shot yet.
Oh, he launches a long three-pointer, and it's good. That makes it 8-7. Down with the basketball. Lions still applying full court pressure, but Campbell breaks it. Now to get the ball to Pogue. Pogue passes it, has it slapped away, and recovered by Grant. Grant will bring the ball back up court. The Lions get a chance to take the lead for the first time in the ball game. Grant to Whittingham. He shoots a three from the top of the key, and no good. Rebounded by Pogue. Mason has a dunk in his last home ball game. I guess he wanted a three-pointer too to make it a
Jason can hit those three-pointers.
And inside is a foul call away from the basketball, and it's going to be called on Rico Grant as he was holding his player that he was guarding. And now Glenn Charles will come in to spell Grant momentarily.
Jason's hit 10 three-pointers this year, so he can make three-pointers.
That's Best. They swing it around to Pogue. Pogue back to top of the key to Neely. Neely right side to Best. Baseline to Hurst. Back outside to Pogue. On the left wing, three-point shot put up, nothing, draws air. Noble Evans with the rebound. Evans coming off his best ball game in the Lions last week. Troy Green launches another one of those long three-pointers and drills it. And the Lions lead 10-8.
Now, Campbell hasn't seen Southeastern. They haven't figured out, I guess, yet that they can't let Troy have that thing.
Quickly the pass down on the left side. Now Campbell will back it back out. Lions lead 10-8, first time in the ball game. Best with the basketball to Pogue. Pogue bounces it inside. Shots put up by King, no good. And rebounded by Evans. And Campbell players on the floor hurt. That's Corey Best, their second leading scorer. And looks like he's holding his face. He might have got just a finger in the eye, which will happen a lot of times in a basketball game underneath the bucket.
Whatever he's got, he's in a lot of pain.
Looks like Keith Holden is going to come in to replace him. As we have a time, not a timeout on the floor. There is going to be a timeout on the floor. Just remind you, tonight's ball game is brought to you by Dixie Mazda. Nissan Lincoln Mercury of Hammond is now the _1 new car sales leader in Hammond. At Dixie, our customers have purchased over 100 cars each month for the last 10 months. With over $3 million in RV inventory and over $2 million in used and programs, car inventory, Dixie Motors has an exceptional array of vehicles for you to choose from to meet your needs. Remember, Dixie Mazda Nissan Lincoln Mercury is still the home of no rigmarole. Drop in soon at Dixie Motors on the corner of West Church and North Morrison in Hammond. Game also being brought to you by Amy Cinema. Now showing City Hall with Al Pacino and John Cusack, Black Sheep with Chris Farley and David Spade, The Juror with Demi Moore and Alec Baldwin, and Sense and Sensibility with Emma Thompson and Alan Rickman. Brought to you by Tommy's Pizza, across from Trey Inn on North Morrison Boulevard in Hammond. It is the place to enjoy Italian dinners, gourmet pizzas, muffaladas, or great pizza, all in a relaxed atmosphere with friendly service and reasonable prices. Drop in at Tommy's Pizza and Pasta or call 345-9726 if you want to pick up your order. That's Tommy's Pizza and Pasta in Hammond. 11 million Americans have trusted AMCO. You should too, because AMCO's best-selling lifetime service provides free parts and labor for as long as you own your car, and includes an annual recheck requirement. AMCO's men of Hammond are Paul Harry, Chris Saunders, who are located at 106 Market Street in Hammond, 1 mile east on Highway 190. That's AMCO Shop in Hammond, and also the Denver Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas in Hammond. Southeastern with the basketball on the attack, leading. They get it to Bowie on the left side. Bowie drives the baseline, turns, puts up a little shot. It's good. Sam Bowie, 5 points in the ball game. The Lions lead 12-8.
Looks like the Lions have come to play again tonight.
Green harasses Pogue. Now the Lions jump into a double team. The ball is tipped away. Grabbed by Bowie. Bowie's going to go all the way down and is fouled as he tries to make the layup. He had a breakaway. I don't think I'll call that an intentional. The defensive man was pretty close to him. The basket didn't go. He'll get a 2 shot.
Sam was saying to himself, here's my slam dunk.
He wasn't quite as wide open as he would have liked, though. The defensive man was a little bit too close, but that time the pressure paid off as Evans tipped that ball and went right to Bowie. Sam shoots the free throw, misses it. On the season, Sam is a 73% free throw shooter. Lions lead 12-8. We've played 6 minutes. Makes that 13-8. Bowie has 6 points.
Lions going to put full court pressure on him now.
There's a long outlet pass to Pogue. He goes all the way down, lays it off the glass, good. And Pogue hits it, 13-10, but the Lions quickly back up the court. Roy Green with the basketball to Bowie. Bowie drives around his man into the lane, pushes off, and let's see, I think they got a call. They did, they called it. Sam Bowie pushed off with their left hand in the lane, and they got a call to foul on Bowie, and it'd be Campbell basketball.
Campbell didn't get their reputation for defense for nothing. You can see they're tough defensive. It's hard to get good shots against them.
They try to get the ball in Pogue's hand to bring it up the court. They get it to King. King over to the new man in the ball game. That's Holden. Holden right side. The shot goes up, missed, no good by Neely. Rebounded in there by Jason Kay, who's in the ball game. Quickly left side to Bowie. Drives the baseline, pulls up, spins around, gets it back out to Green. Green launches another 3-pointer. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Hurt. 13-10 Lion lead. We've played 7 minutes here in the ball game. There's a shot put up by Neely. It's no good. Rebounded by Whittingham. Quickly off to Green. Green to Whittingham. Bowie on the left side. He launches a 3-pointer in and out. No good. Rebounded in there by Davis. New player in the ball game for the Camels. They'll come back up and set the attack. Pogue, right side, Neely. They're going to call a blocking foul on the screen set before Neely got the shot off.
Yeah, he said a running pick there. He was moving.
Personal foul number 33, Charles Davis.
That was on Davis, his first foul.
On Campbell.
3rd team foul on Campbell.
Southeastern number 10, Rico Grant.
Lions bring Grant, and now they're bringing Avery Anderson in the ball game. Giving Green and they gave the ball to Whittingham. He got ready to inbound it. Avery Anderson was tying the shoestring. The official took the ball back. Coach from Campbell didn't like that. He said, once you give the basketball to him, you can't help him out and take the ball away from him again.
Your coach kept saying, you can't help him out, you can't help him out.
That's Jason Kay with the basketball. Gets it back out to Grant. Nico Grant. Lions have three substitutes in the ball game right now. The Whittingham, the ball is tipped away and recovered in there by Hurt. Hogue back with the basketball. They bring the ball up the court. Left wing, that's Davis. Hogue out front to Holden. Way outside to Hurt. Spread it out. They run a lot of picks and a lot of shuffle action. There's Holden. Drive in the lane. Shots put up. Partially blocked by Whittingham and pulled down by Charles.
A lot of motion in that offense. Waiting to get that open shot. We're doing a good job defensively on them, though, and blocked several shots already.
Southeastern with the basketball. That's Grant on the right wing. He drives, gets it into Jason Kay, puts up a little 7-footer. Good.
Jason likes that little turnaround straightaway jump. He's very good at it.
15-10, Lion lead. And we played 9 minutes here in the first half of play. Now Corey Best comes up with the basketball to Pogue in the lane. Passes baseline to Davis. Davis puts the shot off the glass. Good. Davis' first basket.
Pogue likes to penetrate and then feed off to somebody for that shot underneath.
Lions with Whittingham outside. Charles drives, passes underneath the K, but he tried to pass it into traffic and got away. And now it'll be Campbell basketball. The Campbell's lead trail 15-12. Long shot put up by Holden, and he hits at the tie of the ball game. He's Holden, left alone and drilled it. Game is tied.
Holden's just a freshman from Apex, North Carolina. Good three-point shooter.
Pass into Jason Kay, and the ball is tipped out of bounds. It'll be Southeastern basketball. We're just about reaching the midway point of the first half, and we have a 15-15 score. I don't think we're going to be anywhere near the 90-80 game we had Thursday night here.
Not unless things pick up a lot.
Well, Campbell's got what they want. They want to slow the tempo down a little bit. Rico Grant in the corner. Outside, Noble Evans. Avery Anderson, he penetrates, shoots from the free throw line. It rims around, no good, and pulled down in there by Davis. Now Campbell back on the attack with a chance to retake the lead. Pass to King, inside to Davis, off his fingertips and out of bounds. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Reminder again, tonight's ball game being brought to you by the Dammer & Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas Street in Hammond. Has been serving this area for almost 50 years. The oldest agency in Hammond and well known for its excellent service and its A-plus rated companies for multi-car discounts, transfer discounts, 6-month or annual policies with low down payments and A-plus rated companies. On automobile insurance for lasers, trucks, motorcycles, mobile homes, and homes, come in the Dammer & Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas in Hammond or call 345-7471 for a free quote. And don't forget the Men of Amco, located on Highway 190, Thomas Pizza on Morrison Boulevard, the A-Meat Cinema, with 4 big shows showing right now, and Dixie Mazda, the home and old rigmarole on West Church in North Morrison and Hammond. Dick, tempo of the ball game, the first half of it is first half is all what Campbell would want.
Yeah, we've caused a few turnovers, but we'd like to be causing a lot more. The fans that came here tonight expecting to see an up-tempo ball game like we saw the other night against College Charleston are going to be sadly disappointed because this will not be a high-scoring ball game. .9:40 left to go in the first half of play. The most critical game of the season for the Lions. The winner of this ball game will be seated, well, not necessarily. If Campbell wins, they won't be seated number 1, but the Lions win, they'll be seated number 1 in the conference tournament. Now Troy Green gets the ball across the midcourt. Evans to Rico Grant, puts the ball off the glass, and he's fouled. Rico a little mad himself, he missed that layup. Well, we had a 3-on-1 there. You kind of like to make those, but when you get fouled, it's kind of, sometimes it's just impossible. Both teams shooting right at the rate of 40% right now. Both teams have had Let's see, Southeastern's had 15 shots. Campbell's had more shots than we have thus far. It was 17. Turnovers are fairly even. Rebounds are exactly even at 8. And the turnovers, we've forced 6 turnovers on Campbell. They've had forced 4 on us.
Grant misses his first free throw. Whittingham back in the ball game for Jason Kay. Grant trying to break this deadlock. And he does. Lions pull back ahead, 16-15. Inbound pass to Holden. He gets it back to the playmaker Pogue. We'll try to bring it up against the Lions' pressure. They get it over to Best. Best breaks the pressure. Pass underneath, tipped away by Whittingham and out of bounds. And after they broke the pressure, they had a 3-on-1. It's just not a good pass by on the left wing by King.
We are forcing them to play a little bit out of their normal game plan where we're not letting them come down and get set up. They may get some easy baskets, but they're not. Coach Lyles does not want them to get set up in their motion offense.
Campbell inbounds the basketball again. They get it to Pogue outside. Long shot put up by Neely. He makes it. Scott Neely. Sam Bowie got lost on a pick. Neely came back now. Green puts up a shot, no good. He tried to put the Lions back ahead. Right now they trail 18-16. And Troy Green will reset. Now the Lions going to that 3-man weave out front. Grant drives, penetrates, tries to dish to Whittingham and throws it away. Rico Grant trying to make something happen in there. Just made an errant pass and it'll be Campbell basketball. It's the Campbell's lead, 18-16. Conference tournament next week at Stetson University in DeLand, Florida. Pogue breaks the pressure. He's going to drive all the way down and gets it back outside to Best. He drives the lane. Passes off. Hurst back outside. They get it back to Pogue. They set it back up. They didn't get the good open shot early, but they reset their offense. Right side, shots put up. It's no good. Rebounded, tipped around, and finally tipped out of bounds. It'll be Southeastern basketball.
You can see how patient they are. They work for every shot, and they finally end up getting that open shot. It's not necessarily fun basketball to watch, but it's intelligent basketball from their standpoint. That's the style of ball they like to play, and they're winning with it.
Lions trying to even a score now, or even pull back ahead on this trip down the court. They trail by 2. Green puts up a 3-pointer, no good. Ball is bounced around, and Green comes up, but he's knocked to the floor, and a foul is going to be called on Corey Best, his first foul. And the Lions will inbound the basketball. Good job in there keeping the ball alive by Sam Bowie. And then Green hustled to get the ball when it was loose on the floor.
We're not hitting a high percentage of our shots thus far, and maybe we'll get a hot streak rolling here pretty quick.
Lions inbound it to Grant. Grant drives right side. Back to Whittingham. Left side to Green. To Bowie on the baseline. Bowie backs outside to Green. Puts up the 3-pointer. It's no good. Green hustles for his own rebound. Passes it in and saved by Bowie. Nice play really by Troy. Ball to Bowie. Bowie puts a shot up. No good. Rebounded by Best. Lions just a little cold right now here in the first half of play. Pogue on the left side to Best. 18-16 lead. Outside to Pogue. Left side to Hurst. Back out to Neely. Right side. Best. Best tries to take Grant one-on-one. Puts up the jumper and rips it. Corey Best hits it. 4-point lead now by the Camels. Southeastern back on the attack. Lions with a good crowd here waiting for something to happen. Get them going. Get them back in the ball game. Rico Grant dribbling outside, trying to set the offense. Drives in the lane. Pulls up, passes Whittingham, puts up the 10-footer. It's way off, no good. And rebounded by Best. Lions just in a little cold streak right now. 6.5 minutes to go. They trail by 4, 20-16.
We've not made a basket in the last 3 minutes, I believe 3.5 minutes maybe.
As Hurst puts up one from the free throw line, no good. Ball is tipped up, finally recovered underneath by King. Puts a shot up, partially blocked by Whittingham. King gets it back, puts the shot up again, goes back up with it, and finally draws the foul underneath. Persistence finally paid off. and I think they're going to call that one on Whittingham. That's his first, third on the Lions team, and that'll send Andre King to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Give King a little credit there. He just hustled and wouldn't give up underneath. First shot trickles around and falls through.
Campbell's not a team you want to get very far behind on because they're awfully tough to catch them once they do get ahead because they play so deliberately.
Next shot drips through there this time, and it's now a 6-point deficit for the Lions. 22-16. 6:17 to go in the first half of play. Bowie passes to Whittingham. Whittingham drives the lane, puts up a little leaping jump shot. No good. And Corey Best in there for another rebound. Little 6'3" guard is probably the top rebounder in the ball game so far on the backside of the defense. There's a pass on the baseline. Pogue drives. Takes 2 or 3 times. Now he passes it off. Baseline shots put up by Neely. It's good. Got Neely hit. He's got 7 in the ball game, and it's an 8-point lead, and the Lions are going to call a timeout.
Lions had a 16-13 lead a little earlier.
And we have some temporary difficulties, Dick, if we can on this timeout. I know what the situation is. As we have a timeout right here.
You know, we talk a little bit about Southeastern's not hitting their baskets. You got to give a little credit here to Campbell University because of the fact that their defense has been very sticky thus far, and they're noted for that. So that has a lot to do with what kind of percentage you hit. The team's all over you, and we're not getting real clear open shots like we normally can. Troy Green got the ball into Evans. Nice feed by Troy. We needed that basket right about now. Lions putting full court pressure on them again.
Campbell with the basketball, 24-18. It'll be Southeastern basketball. 5 minutes to go in the half.
Been a long time since we've gone with only 18 points in 15 minutes of play.
Pass out to Evans. Baseline to Sam Bowie. Bowie drives, passing to Whittingham. Puts a shot off the glass, no good. It's tipped outside to Grant, and the Lions will reset the offense. Trailing by 6, 4.5 minutes to go.
Jason can't seem to get the handle on it tonight.
There's a pass inside of Noble Evans. Turns, puts up the shot, and no good. Tipped up by Whittingham. Let's see if they call it. They do not count the bucket. But he is fouled underneath. And the foul's going to be called on Pogue. They're not going to count the...
Number 6 against the Campbells. Number 14, Glenn Charles back into the game.
Glenn Charles comes back in for Lions to place Grant. Like that.
Lion basketball.
It'll be Southeastern basketball.
Troy Green will bring it in into Evans. They're having to work hard for their shots. Can't seem to sink them. Nice follow-up by Glenn Charles there.
Glenn Charles follows that shot. And down the court, and I think they're going to call that one on Troy Green as he harasses Pogue as they come up the floor.
Personal foul number 21, Troy Green.
Troy Green's first, 4th on the Lions.
On the Lions, Campbell basketball.
Pogue come back with the basketball to Campbell. That was Hurst outside. They get a wide open layup inside. The ball is partially blocked, and Bowie comes down with the rebound. Sam Bowie with the basketball out front. Tries to drive, puts the shot up off the glass. Good, and they're going to count this one. Sam Bowie takes the offensive action. And the Lions have cut the deficit 24-22. Bowie goes to the line to shoot one.
Lions tried a little different strategy there. They put Sam out on the point, let him work one-on-one. It worked to perfection. He got the shot, the follow-through, and the two-point basket.
Number 20, Keith Holden, back in for the Campbells. Credit the basket.
And Bowie will go to the free throw line. Bowie's shot is up. It's good. It's 24-23 with 3:36 to go in the first half. So the Lions have landed their comeback. With the basketball in the backcourt, that's Best. He gets it over to Hurst to Pogue. Pogue on the baseline. And shots put up, no good. Rebounded in there by Kay. Jason Kay with the basketball. The Lions will come back on the attack. Avery Anderson pulls up, gets it out to Charles. Thank you, Freddie. I'm sorry. Somebody knocked it a minute ago. There's Noble Evans. Baseline. Glenn Charles comes in. Puts a shot up. Good. Three-pointer. And like Avery Anderson came off the bench last night to give the other night to give the Lions a spark, Glenn Charles has come in tonight off the bench. And it's a 26-24 Southeastern lead. Still pressuring.
Southeastern got 10 points in a row now.
Now Campbell working the basketball. They get it to Best. And they're going to call, I think, Anderson for holding on Pogue as he raced through on the offense. That'll be the first one on Anderson. And I missed one of the Lions fouls. It should be the 15th foul.
Team foul number 5 on the Lions. Rico Grant, Jason Winningham back into the
It will
line.
be Campbell basketball. They trail by 2 with 2:34 to go.
Scott Neely back in for Campbell. Campbell basketball.
Campbell basketball on their own basket. Pogue gets it in. That's Hurst. King. They get it back out to Holden. Right side to Neely. Neely. That's Pogue setting the offense. Now looking for somebody to break free. And Campbell resets the offense. Right side. Drive the baseline by Hurst. Puts a shot up off the glass. No good. Scramble on the floor. Troy Green comes up with it. Green backs it up, pulls up, shoots that long three-pointer. It's good. Troy Green launches the three-pointer. And the Lions lead 29-24 with exactly 2 minutes to go in the first half. They've ripped off 13 straight points to grab the lead.
Well, Southeastern can pour the points on. We all know that. We've seen them do it. And they gave great evidence there of how explosive their offense can be. And I'm sure Campbell wants to regroup here and try to figure out what's happening to him here.
That's 22nd timeout for Campbell as the coach trying to offset this quick run by the Lions, and they've grabbed some quick spark here to pull back that lead. And that's exactly what they did against Charleston. They trailed for a lot of the half, came back, grabbed the lead, and then they grabbed and then all of a sudden, right before the half, the Lions and Sam Bowie, of course, hit the three-pointer right after half, gave the Lions a 6-point lead, which they never relinquished. And now,
something that's real encouraging for Southeastern is many games this year we've had a little lapse right before the half. Tonight we've come back and really played great ball just before the half.
Green's on Pogue. They set the ball back outside. Hurst with the basketball. They just keep running that motion-like offense, trying to get the ball inside. Whittingham fronts King. The ball is overthrown. Jason Kay comes down with it right side to Rico Grant. Grant pulls up, drives, passes off to Kay inside, puts the shot up.
Beautiful, beautiful speed there by Rico.
Lions lead 31-24. It really spurred on the last 2 minutes of play. Quickly down court. Long, wide pass to King, and he's going to lose it out of bounds. No. Jason Kay saves it inbound, runs over the official. It should be Southeastern basketball.
He may have ruled that Jason stepped on the line as he was throwing it in.
That's a distinct
foul. Had Jason let it go, it would have been our ball there. He wasn't quite sure, I guess.
And that's exactly what's going to be called, and it'll be Campbell basketball. You're right. That's one time a little bit over hustle that may have hurt the Lions. Inbound in the basketball. Campbell will work. That's Pogue outside. And they're going to hold Grant, call Grant for holding Neely. That's 2 fouls on Rico Grant. And I have to bring Glenn Charles back in for him as time winds down here in the half. 1:05 to go, 7-point line lead now. They trailed by 8 just a minute ago.
It's very frustrating to play against a team like this without fouling a lot of times because you just get so frustrated with them running round and round and round, you end up holding them.
Inbounds pass, and Hurst got the easy bucket. Sam Bowie drives up, passes inside. Jason Kay turns it, puts it up. Jason Kay with 6 points. Lions bench has come on strong again tonight. 33-26. Long pass down to Best.
Perfect contrast. Southeastern would have shot that shot then, where if they don't get the shot they want, they won't take it.
Pogue turns, spins, puts a shot up over 2 or 3 players off his last and good. And Pogue hits it. Lions come down 27 seconds, and they're going to back it out and hold for the last shot. Go in, hopefully, with at least the 5-point lead, and hopefully, as they did against Charleston, make a bucket and have a bigger lead than that.
Coach Lyle's working the officials a little bit over there right now, while Troy runs the clock.
7 seconds to go in the half. Troy Green driving, and they're going to call a foul on the floor.
Well, maybe it did some good. He got a foul call there.
Actually, he was working the official way on this side of the court.
He'll take it wherever it works.
That foul's on Pogue, his second, and will send Troy Green to the free throw line to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1.
Coach Lyle's a very active coach on the sidelines, a very smart coach. Does a good job coaching that bench while he's in there.
And Brendan Singleton comes in for the last few seconds. Right there, I know Coach Lyles doesn't want to get any of his starters in a tacky foul in the last reason, especially doesn't want somebody like Sam pick up one.
Well, if Coach Lyles doesn't get Coach of the Year in this conference, I'll be greatly surprised and disappointed, too, because he certainly deserves it.
Troy Green hits it. He's got 7 points and a half. The Lions lead 34-28. And the next shot is no good, and they're going to call Singleton for the foul.
That was not one we want with 2 seconds to play. No need for that foul. That was just an absolute waste.
It's a 1-to-1 situation, and it'll send Campbell to the line.
Personal foul number 35, Brendan Singleton, his first team foul number 7 against the Lions. Into the game for the Campbells.
That was their 7th foul, so they get a 1-and-1 with 2 seconds. They couldn't have gotten the ball down the court to take a shot then. We just wasted it there.
Stuart Drury, also back in for the Lions, number 23, Sam Bowie.
And Lions put a little offense back in with Bowie.
Noble Evans enters the game for the Lions.
And Noble Evans on the boards. So Drury and Singleton got rare appearances, but they'll go down as cameo appearances. Andre King to shoot the 1-and-1. First shot is no good. Kay with the rebound. Has it stolen away. Shot put up and almost in there.
Well, we got away with it. We got away with one there.
And so the first half of play ends, but Southeastern leading 34-28. Dick?
Well, it was a first half that I'm sure was not to Coach Lyle's liking in terms of our shooting percentage, but you can't argue with the score. It's 34-28 at the half, and Southeastern's glad to have a lead in the game where they're not hitting a high percentage of their shots. We're gonna have an interview here in just a minute for you. In the meantime, I think Larry's got some scoring totals here.
First half point totals for Campbell University with 28 points. Pogue had 4 points. Corey Best had 4 points. Keith Holden had 3. Andre King had 4. Scott Neely had 7. Charles Davis had 2. And Dennis Hurst had 4. For the Southeastern Lions, Rico Grant had 3. Glenn Charles had 5, coming off the bench doing a good job. Troy Green finished up with 7. Sam Bowie with 9. Jason Whittingham, as he did against Charleston, with 2 points. Jason Kay with 6. And Noble Evans with 2. Southeastern with 34-28 lead. Tonight's ball game being brought to you by Dixie Mazda, Nissan, Lincoln Mercury of Hammond. Now the #1 new car sales leader in Hammond. At Dixie, Our customers have purchased over 100 cars each month for the last 10 months. With over $3 million in RV inventory and over $2 million in used and programmed car inventory, Dixie Motors has an exceptional array of vehicles for you to choose from to meet your needs. Remember, Dixie Mazda Nissan Lincoln Mercury is still the home of no rigmarole. Drop in soon at Dixie Motors on the corner of West Church and North Morrison in Hammond. Also being brought to you by Amy Cinema, now showing City Hall with Al Pacino and John Cusack, Black Sheep, Chris Farley and David Spade, The Juror with Timmy Moore and Alec Baldwin, and Sense and Sensibility with Emma Thomas and Alan Rickman, and Tommy's Pizza, located on North Morrison Boulevard in Hammond, just down the street from the University Center. In the place to enjoy Italian dinners, gourmet pizzas, muffaladas, and Greek pizza, all in a relaxed atmosphere with friendly service and reasonable prices. Drop in at Tommy's Pizza and Pasta or call 345-9726 if you want to pick up your order. Tommy's Pizza and Pasta in Hammond on North Morrison Boulevard. And 11 million Americans have trusted AMCO. You should too, because AMCO's best-selling lifetime service provides free parts and labors for as long as your car and includes an annual recheck requirement. AMCO's men of Hammond are Paul Harry and Phil Saunders, who are located at 106 Market Street in Hammond, 1 mile east on Highway 190. That's AMCO Shop of Hammond. Also, the Dameron Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas Street in Hammond has been serving this area for almost 50 years, the oldest agency in Hammond, and well known for its excellent service and its A-plus rated company for multi-car discounts, transfer discounts, 6-month or annual policies with low down payment and A-plus rated company. On automobile insurance for blazers and trucks, motorcycles, mobile homes and homes, come into Dameron Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas in Hammond or call 345-7471 for a free quote. And now, our halftime guest for tonight's ball game is Dr. Gerald Guidros, the Dean of Continuing Education. And Gerald, we've got about 3 different areas that we can talk to that span continuing education. We've got both the off-campus classes, your non-credit courses, and then, of course, your telecommunications courses. Let's take one at a time. Let's first of all just talk about the growth of the off-campus credit courses.
Larry, we've had a lot of success throughout the region that we presently serve. I think this semester we have approximately 125 off-campus classes at 12 different locations. Pretty good success over the last few years.
You know, we talked to Dr. Moffitt the other night. He's talking about reaching out Southeastern, reaching all areas. When you say 12 different locations, let's give an idea of where those 12 locations are. I mean, we spread out pretty good throughout the Florida parishes area, right?
We really are. Our basic service area, Larry, would include the river parishes, St. Charles and St. John, Jefferson Parish, Livingston, of course, Tangipahoa, St. Helena, Washington, and St. Tammany. But we've also been fortunate enough to also do some courses in East Baton Rouge and also on the west bank of Jefferson. So we've had really a lot of success in this whole really Florida parish region that the university covers.
And of course, another area that's of interest to a lot of people is the non-credit courses. A lot of the diversified courses that are offered to the general public. Most of those are a little bit closer, offered a little bit closer to Hammond, but at the same time, that's also an expanding area.
It's an expanding area, Larry, and as you very well know, we've had a lot of success not only from non-credit courses, but also special activities. The number of students that we bring in on a regular basis for camps, dance groups, programs of that type, our young people program that we're running during the summer, our youth camps have done real well, and we're extremely excited about that area of continuing ed.
Well, I know like in the summertime, you'll have 6 or 7 dance camps in here with approximately 400 to 500 students in here for each one of those. So you're already talking about bringing in 3,000 or 4,000 students during the summer months.
We do that, and we've also had a lot of success with our band and football camps also, as you very well know. In fact, we've managed, because of this, to expand our season approximately 2 weeks beyond what we were doing in the past. And we're hoping that once we finish developing these new areas on campus, we can increase our numbers in that area also.
And of course, the latest innovation and the thing we've been involved in a lot is the telecommunications, both receiving courses here, but I know you've also worked real hard as far as getting courses through LPB to be distributed.
Larry, a lot of people don't know that we were the first university to do live interactive telecourses. We started 5 years ago with an agreement with LPB with approximately 70 students we've gotten up now to averaging well over 100 students per semester. We were just informed by OPB last week that we've been accepted for a program for next year, and there are 2 others that they're working on. There's a good possibility there may be up to 3 different type programs from telephone and telecommunications. In addition to this, we're in the process of developing our so-called CAN courses. We've had a lot of success with that over the last few years, and we are now working and looking to develop a program called Going to Distance, where a student would be able to get an associate degree using primarily telecourses. We're hoping to have this online probably in the next 2 years.
And of course, as you said, not only making it available for people to receive courses here, but also to, as you said, originate them and have Southeastern be the originating source.
Exactly. One of the big things about telecourses, if you can be the institution of record, because as the institution of record, it not only gives you the capabilities of offering the course, but it also gives you a pretty good track record when you're trying to go out and seek additional courses as well as develop particular grants and really try to get grant money as such.
And of course, another area that involves the telecommunications is the satellite downlinks, and with the new satellites here at the University Center and all the rooms, meeting rooms wired for reception, you can have help with some of the area with certain programs. I know we've had several medical programs that with groups coming in to receive these types of satellite programs.
We have, and we've also developed AV resources as well as teleconferencing. We've had groups from the medical centers come in to new various conferences. In addition to this, of course, we've had some law enforcement programs that we've had. We've also had city and parish government people come in to observe some of the new procedures for running government, as well as, of course, as you well know, we also have some courses that we're downlinking, not only for our institution, but with combined agreements with other institutions also.
Dr. Gerald Guidros, we appreciate you coming by here at halftime and talking about some of the other expanding areas of Southeastern. Thank you. And here at halftime, the score is 34-28. And we'll have some, as we get ready to start the second half, we'll give you some halftime statistics.
Who was that? Gerald Guidros, the Director of Continuing Education. He's
All right, we'll continue while we have something going on at halftime right here. The rest of the halftime show will follow. We got a hot shooter from the free throw line up there. Every time at halftime, they have different programs, different contests that go on. And it may be, as you saw, a tied shoe race, free throw shooting contest. They have another one where they put cups on the floor, and students go out there and grab for prizes underneath the cups. And we are finishing up that part of our halftime ceremonies here at the University Center. A 34-28 lead as we get ready to start the second half. Dick Sharp in the first half. Statistics, Southeastern came back to lead 34-28. What notable numbers do we have to look at?
Well, from a scoring standpoint, Sam Bowie as usual leads Southeastern with 9 points. Troy Green right behind him with 7. And then we have 3 other players with less than 7 points. 4 other players have scored. From a standpoint of Campbell, they have 1 player that scored 7 points. Nobody else has scored over 4. Their 7-point scorer is Neely. From a standpoint of rebounds, Southeastern has a rebound lead of 7, 19-12 at the half. And from a shooting standpoint, Southeastern's had 3 more shots than Campbell's had.
Lions shot 41.9 in the first half. Campbell 42.9. Campbell will start the second half with the basketball. That's Pogue, left side of Best. He's left all alone. Puts up the three-pointer. It's good. They got the pick, got him open. He hit the shot. 34-31. Rico Grant down right side. Drives in the lane. Puts his passes inside. Ball that slapped away, but Grant comes back up with it. Has it stolen away from him again. This time it's picked up by the Campbells, and they retain possession. 34-31. Campbell, long pass left side, Neely. Back out to the playmaker, Pogue. At the line, Hurst puts up the shot. No good, Noble Evans, but a good, strong rebound. Quickly out to Grant. Grant drives it down, now backs it out. Troy Green, left side to Sam Bowie. Bowie drives in, passes Whittingham on the baseline. Whittingham's going to drive the lane, puts a shot up good. Jason Whittingham. And Whittingham, 2 points in the first half, just as he did against Charleston, but he came alive in the second half against Charleston. Maybe he'll do the same here. 36-31 Lion lead. That's Hurst with the basketball. They work it back out there, leading scorer Neely. Right side Hurst again. Hogue, shots put up by King, in and out, no good. Rico Grant with the basketball. Grant, left side to Bowie. Bowie's going to stop. Pass right side to Green. He launched a three-pointer. It's blocked by Hogue. And Hogue recovers it and gets it off.
Troy's going to have to occasionally fake that shot and go underneath, or they'll all over-guard him on that shot.
Long shot put up by Neely. A three-pointer. It's good. Campbell will come out and hit 2 3-pointers to start the second half. 36-34 after 2 minutes played. Troy Green working the offense. Right side to Grant. Grant to Whittingham. Whittingham, they got to call him for walking.
Well, this is starting off a little sluggish here.
That's the way they started the ball game. There's a long inbound pass. Hogue will try to race it down. He does. And now they got a pass down on a breakaway. Best puts the shot up. He's being held. They're going to call an intentional foul on Troy Green. Troy Green picks up the foul, his second. They will call an intentional foul. Fortunately for the Lions, the shot didn't go in. They said because he wrapped his arms around him to keep him from going up, that it was intentional.
That normally would not be called intentional there. Coach Lyles is appealing it, but he's not going to get anywhere.
Intentional foul,
Which also give Campbell the basketball. Best misses the first free throw. And makes the second one. And it's now 36-35.
After the intentional foul, Campbell basketball.
It'll be Campbell basketball. 36-35 lead. Neely drives all the way in, runs into Whittingham, misses the shot, nothing called either way. Bowie with the rebound and the quick outlet. Bowie drives on Pogue, spins to Whittingham in the lane, pulls up, shoots a 5-footer, good. Jason Whittingham, good dish off by Bowie. Lions lead 38-35.
Jason's got both our baskets this half so far.
Campbell comes back, resets the offense. That's Pogue. Pogue in the lane. King, he's going to be called for walking. Took a step forward, putting the ball on the floor. It'd be Southeastern basketball.
Big men have a tendency to do that. They take that little baby step before they put the ball on the floor, and they get called a lot for that.
A lot of coaches don't like to see them bringing the ball up the court either, the big guys. Southeastern with the basketball. If they're going to run that three-man weave out front. No, they're just going to let Bowie go one-on-one out front. He turns, spins in the lane, passes back out to Green. Green puts up the three-pointer way off, rebounded by Whittingham. Sets it back to Grant. Back to Green, puts up another three-pointer. This one's also no good again. Rebound by Whittingham. He backs it out once more. Pass over to Troy Green. Troy now spins, drives underneath, throws it away. Try to get a little fancy inside on his pass, and the game will come up with the basketball. Troy was open for another three-pointer. He decided after missing two, he was going to try to make something else happen. There's a pass underneath and goes out of bounds. Pogue waiting for Hurst to break one way, and he didn't. Another nice crowd, just about the same size we have for the college of Charleston.
And without the Daredevils, too.
You're right. Sam Bowie drives, spins in the lane, turns, puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Hurst.
Southeastern starting off cold just like they did in the first half.
Now Campbell down quickly. Pogue with the basketball. Hands it back out. Resetting the offense. Long shot put up by Best. Three-pointer no good. He gets his own rebound. And we'll back it back out. Right side to Hurst. They try to get the ball in. Knocked away, and Troy Green comes up with it. Green passes to Bowie. Bowie is fouled as he goes up for the layup. And he's on the floor, but I don't know if he's not hurt. I think he just sorry he didn't get the slam dunk like he wanted. Just enough of a foul in there to deter slam dunk ideas.
Nobody on either team in foul trouble. Jason Winningham's leaving the gymnasium right now, holding his back of his thigh. Going to get a little treatment out at the other end.
And Sam Bowie will go to the line and shoot two. Lions hold a 3-point lead.
Looks like he's holding his hamstring down there.
Bowie makes the first one.
Checking in for SLE number 15.
Anderson comes in to give Troy Green a break, and Glenn Charles sitting on the sideline over there to replace Bowie on the first dead ball, or if he makes this free throw. And he misses it, and the rebound is by Davis. 39-35. Bowie has another double-digit game. He's hit 10 points now. There's a lob pass underneath. And a dunk attempt is missed, and Noble Evans finally comes up with the basketball. They ran a backdoor pick. Got him open, but he just couldn't quite come up with it. Rico Grant dribbling right side in the lane. He's sandwiched by four guys. They're going to call a foul. Rico just dribbled into the middle of traffic that time, and lucky he got a foul call.
Now, that was not one of Rico's better judgments to try to go in with a zone defense like that, or looks like three men around him.
But that is the third foul on Pogue, who was their playmaker and one of their key men in their offensive attack. Lions inbounded on the offensive end. Working without their two of their top three scorers right now. In fact, all three of the scorers. Green's not in, Bowie's not in, and Whittingham's not in. Jason Kay on the baseline turns, and he is grabbed by Pogue, and that's going to be the fourth foul on Dan Pogue.
That would be a big help if we could get him on the bench, and of course they're going to go to the bench for a rest, but fifth foul on him would hurt Campbell tremendously.
He's going to have to sit out for a pretty good while now. 14:55 to go in the ball game. He's got 4 fouls, and he's one of the key playmakers in the ball game. Have a timeout on the floor. Dick, before we go any further, let's give our special congratulations to Sports Information Director Barry Niemeyer. He and his wife Vicki are the proud parents of twin boys born yesterday, and our sincere congratulations to Barry.
Barry walking around in the daze right now. It looks like he hadn't slept for about 24 hours, and I suspect he hasn't had much sleep, but congratulations to the babies were born much earlier than they were expecting to be.
They're doing fine according to Barry. Tonight's ball game being brought to you by the Dammer Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas Street in Hammond. AMCO, located at 106 Market Street, 1 mile east of Interstate 55 on Highway 190. That's the AMCO shop of Hammond. Tommy's Pizza, located on North Morrison Boulevard, just down the street, really, from the University Center. Call 345-9726. They meet Cinema with 4 key movies being shown now: City Hall, Black Sheep, The Cure, and Sense and Sensibility. And also Dixie, Mazda, Nissan, Lincoln Mercury, the home of no rigmarole, dropping soon at Dixie Motors on the corner of West Church and North Morrison Boulevard in Hammond.
Few scores here with, I'm not sure how much time left in the ball game, but College Charleston leading 37-29 over Centenary.
Southeastern gets the ball inbounds. Charles out to Anderson. Anderson drives, pulls up, he walks. Took a step, wanted to pass, took another little half step, and got the travel call. Campbell with the basketball. This is Fitzpatrick. They break the pressure and get the ball to Best. Best almost has it picked off by Bowie. And now Fitzpatrick tries to reset the offense. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. Yeah, I think they'll call it on Noble Evans. They are. Noble Evans for running over Corey Best.
He just mowed him down, too.
John Lyles was arguing for, not arguing, but trying to politic for a blocking foul, but officials had nothing to do on that one. There's a pass underneath the Best. The ball is tipped away by Kay. Hits underneath the backboard, so there'll still be Campbell basketball.
Both teams shooting 40% in this ball game, so if from the shooting standpoint, they're neck and neck, although Southeastern's had a couple more shots than they have.
Lions still leading, 39-35. We've played 6 minutes here in the second half of play. With the basketball, Best, baseline. Hurst puts up a shot, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Southeastern basketball. Noble Evans in position for the rebound, just mistimed his jump. Now King comes back in, and Troy Green comes back in for the Lions. Boy, in the first half, Jason Kay and Glenn Charles came off the bench to really provide the Lions a good spark. Now Troy Green will direct the Lions offense. They get it to Bowie. Outside Charles puts up three-pointer. That's going to be off the mark. It's going to be rebounded in there, saved by Bowie, but he cannot save it in bounds. And it'll be Campbell basketball.
Southeastern just not hitting their shots yet this half.
Kid Campbell faces the full court pressure of Lions. Get the ball in bounds. Fitzpatrick. He'll be dogged by Green. Fitzpatrick gets right Green. Now tries to lob a pass on the baseline. They get it out to Best, and they reset their offense. They passed up a couple open shots. Fitzpatrick drives, baseline. Pass into Best. Best puts the shot up and blocked. It's going to count. They said he blocked it off the glass.
Nice work by them. They ran a few screens and got an open shot. Only points that Southeastern has this half is a free throw and two baskets by Jason Winningham, who's coming back in the game here.
Now Troy Green comes back. The Lions lead 39-37. Glenn Charles with the basketball. To Bowie out front. Bowie drives, penetrates, has the ball dished away from him. He reaches inside to tie the ball up, and they're going to call a foul on him from reaching around from behind. That'll be Sam's second foul.
Personal foul number 23, Sam Bowie. His second, team foul number 3 on the Lions.
Third team foul on the Lions. Campbell will inbound the basketball.
Campbell creeping back into the game here.
Lions try to double team Fitzpatrick, but he gets the basketball off to Davis. Davis puts it back up out front for Campbell. Just trying to tie the ball game. So Campbell's working the basketball. Remember, the Lions win this, they'll be the #1 seed in the conference. If they lose it, they'll probably go in as the #3 seed. There's a shot put up by Davis, and Davis hits it. And we have a tie ball game, 39-all. Once again, Campbell kind of lulling the Lions a little bit and got the crowd out of the ball game. Southeastern needs to get something going to get the crowd back in the game. Bowie baseline to Whittingham. Whittingham way over to Troy Green. He launches another three-pointer. It's good. Maybe that's what the Lions need to get them going. 42-39. He had two long ones like that against Charleston, which really helped break the game open.
Troy Green now has the conference record for three-point shooting. Three-pointers made in one season.
That's Best driving down. He came in tonight with 90 of them made for the season, and Campbell steps out of bounds. Shooting 36% from three-point range, and really half of his are really from NBA range. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. The Lions lead 42-39, and they're going to have the basketball. Here's a reminder. Nice ball game being brought to you by Dixie, Mazda, Nissan, Lincoln, Mercury. The home and old rigmarole drop in soon at Dixie Motors on the corner of West Church and North Morrison. A-Meat Cinema now showing City Hall, Black Sheep, The Jura, Sense and Sensibility. Tommy's Pizza located on North Morrison Boulevard. Drop in at Tommy's Pizza and Pasta or call 345-9726 if you want to pick up your order to go. Also brought to you by Amco's of Hammond with Paul Harry and Phil Saunders. They're located at 106 Market Street in Hammond, 1 mile east of Interstate 55 on 190. The Amco shop of Hammond and the Dameron Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas in Hammond has been serving this area for almost 500 500, almost 50 years, boy, long time. Drop in at the Amber Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas in Hammond, or call 345-7471. And reminder, next week, Lady Lions will be here at the University Center for 3 ball games, Monday night, Thursday night, and Saturday night. The Thursday and Saturday night games of conference, and we'll wrap up the conference. And those 2 games will have a big bearing on where the Lady Lions are seated in the conference tournament, because with Florida International being the heavy favorite and Southeastern being the host team, they don't want to get the 4th seed and go into the tournament in the same bracket as Florida International. They'd like to get in the opposite bracket. So climbing to as high as a 2nd or 3rd seed will be very important for them for the tournament, which will be held here March the 7th through the 9th.
Well, speaking of seeding, we'd like to tell you who Southeastern would play, whether they win or lose tonight, but that so many teams with records so close, tonight's games are going to determine that, so we really don't know yet.
Southeastern with the basketball in a 3-point lead. Glenn Charles looking inside. He tries to get into Jason Kay, and Davis just backed off and took the lob pass.
Defense just frustrated Southeastern, then they couldn't find anybody to pass to.
The basketball, Campbell, that's Fitzpatrick. They go left side to Best. Best, Sam Bowie on him. Right side to Fitzpatrick. They work the shot clock down. It's below 10 now. Oh, Fitzpatrick puts up a long one. No good, and they get the on rebound. Long rebound, and Neely got it. Fitzpatrick drives, passes out. Shot put up by King. It's going to be short, and Southeastern comes down to rebound. Glenn Charles grabs it. Quickly down the court, Troy Green pushes it up. Bowie on the left side. Bowie puts up the 3-pointer. It is off, no good. Jason Whittingham with the rebound, no good. The ball's tipped up, finally pulled down by the Campbells. And grabbing that rebound is Clarence Davis.
Southeastern had a good chance there on 2 follow-up rebounds, couldn't get it away.
Fitzpatrick fakes once, pulls in, lobs the pass underneath. The rebound goes right to King. And that's one time you can say the ball really bounced Campbell's way. Got a bad pass, but it bounced right to Campbell. Now Glenn Charles, he'll put up a 3-pointer. It is no good. Rebounded in there by King. 42-41 line lead, and Campbell with a chance to take the advantage. There's Davis at the free throw line. Right side Best. He'll put up a 3-pointer. It is good.
They're getting wide open shots on us.
Corey Best has 9 points and a half. He has outscored the Lions by himself, and Campbell leads 44-42. Green with a shot, and rebounded by Whittingham. He was way off the mark on a 3-pointer, and they're going to call a foul on the Campbell player who was just underneath Whittingham when he came down. That's on Andre King. That's his 2nd team 4th foul. Southeastern will inbound the basketball with the midway point of the ball game. 9:48 to go. Campbell leads by 2.
Despite the fact that Pogue is not in the game for them, they have taken the lead.
They played pretty well for the 5 minutes he's been out of the ball game. Inbound pass to Bowie, and on inbound pass he's fouled by Fitzpatrick. So we'll set it up and do it all over again, except this time we'll take it in on the sideline. It'll be line basketball to bring it in. Troy Green will inbound it.
It's not this kind of game that just lull you to sleep. And this isn't the kind of tempo that Southeastern wants to play this last half.
Rico Grant pulls up, puts a shot up on the free throw line. Good. Grant back in the ball game for the line. There's the outlet pass to Fitzpatrick. He's going to go all the way down and lay it up and in. They hit the breakout, and Campbell's back 46-44. Right side to Grant. Troy Green, top of the key, 3-pointer. Good. Troy Green hits another one. That's 4 in the ball game for him. Lions lead 47-46. Now they're going to call on the floor. Contact lens? Yes, I think Scott Neely's having trouble with a contact lens. They'll have to. I don't think he has a few seconds.
He may have a cut on him that they have to take him out if there's any blood. I believe that's what it is. He's got a bloody nose.
I thought I saw the official point to his eye, but he's got to get that stopped or he can't go back in the ball game until he does.
couple of scores here while we're waiting, and with 12 minutes left to play in the ball game, the Florida Atlantic leading the University of Central Florida 49-40. With 12 minutes left in the second half, Stetson leading Florida International 60-47, and with 6:13 left in the ball game, Jacksonville State University leading trailing Mercer 58-54.
Again, the top 3 seeds in the conference tournament will be Southeastern, Campbell, and Sanford. Those 3 positions still to be determined by the last 9 minutes of this ball game.
Well, Southeastern cannot finish in the second seed. They're either going to be first or third.
There's a pass inside. King puts a shot up there. It's blocked by Evans, but Evans is going to be called for the foul. He got the ball inside, and Andre King will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Andre King shooting 2.
So King has a chance to put the Camels back ahead. First shot is good. He's 3 or 4 from the free throw line in the ball game. Has 7 points. Their leading scorer is Corey Best. King's second one trickles through, and it's a 48-47 Camel lead.
Again, this game is being played at the tempo that Campbell likes. We won't have 70 points scored in this game at the rate it's going.
Bowie drives all the way in the lane, has the ball backed away from him. He comes up with it. The ball is tipped away, and Campbell comes up with it. And Fitzpatrick puts up a long three-pointer short off the rim, and Fitzpatrick rebounds. Troy Green breaking for the fast break, not going for the rebound. And that ball came back in the Camels. Pass underneath, shot put up off the glass, backhanded by Keith Holden. And he makes the bucket, and it's a 50-47 lead. Troy Green launches another long three-pointer, and it's good. Troy Green ties it up at 50 all. He's got 13 points in the ball game. 16 points in the ball game. Tie game at 50 all. Fitzpatrick to Davis. Back to Fitzpatrick.
Troy's offense has been keeping us in the game this last 2 minutes.
And Campbell will call a timeout here on the floor. Another reminder, tonight's ball game being brought to you by the Dameron Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas. Amco's of Hammond at 106 Market Street. We have a 20-second timeout, so we'll rush through this. Tommy's Pizza on North Morrison Boulevard. And A-Meat Cinema with 4 major shows being featured right now. And Dixie Mazda Nissan Lincoln Mercury, the home of no rigmarole at West Church in North Morrison in Hammond. 7:41 to go, and it's a 50-50 ball game, Dick.
Looks like this game's going to go right down to the wire. If you like a close ball game, Southeastern's provided you with a lot of thrills this year because they've played a lot of close ball games.
And some of them after they've gotten big leads, but the last 2 ball games have not been that much. The ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Southeastern basketball. Southeastern will inbound the basketball. And Avery Anderson in the ball game for Green right now.
Coach Lyles was a little miffed at Troy because he didn't play defense the last time down.
Whittingham drives, puts a shot up off the glass, no good. And finally gets a long rebound. Bowie left open. He pulls up to Whittingham in the lane, and I called him for walking. Jason took 1 step too many, trying to make something happen. He passed up to a little 10-footer. And Jason Kay's going to step up for Whittingham. Campbell gets the ball inbounds, and this will be Fitzpatrick with Anderson guarding him. Patrick gets it across the midcourt line.
Just barely got it past her. He had 1 second to get it across.
Holden on the baseline. Davis puts the shot up good. Charles Davis has come in, hit a couple baskets in his half, and it's 52-50 Campbell leading. Rico Grant with the basketball, drives in the lane, pulls up, shoots, double clutches, and makes it. Rico Grant ties it back up. He hung in there a long time trying to decide whether to shoot, pass, and then shoot, and he finally shot and made it. 52 all, 6:43 to go. Fitzpatrick breaks the pressure. Baseline to Hurst, way back outside to Neely back in the ball game. And they're going to call a foul inside on Jason Kay for holding on to Davis. It's 15 fouls, so Campbell will inbound the basketball again. Troy Green back in. Now Campbell's going to bring Pogue back in the ball game. He set out about 7 minutes and they're back even Steven in the ball game. They got some good mileage. Fitzpatrick really didn't do a whole lot, but he didn't hurt them. They get the ball inbounds, and we'll work it. Pogue handling the basketball. Top of the key, Neely puts up a three-pointer. No good. Long rebound out to Davis. There's been long rebounds the Lions just haven't been able to come up with. Yeah, those John Lyles was frustrated about that. And they're going to call a foul, I think, again, Jason Kay for holding on Davis. It was. And Whittingham comes back in for Jason Kay.
Next foul Southeastern gets, we'll be putting them in the penalty.
Campbell inbounds it and works it around the perimeter. Oh, Neely almost walked. Back to Pogue. Left side Neely. Neely with the basketball. Drives the baseline. Passes away to Hurst. And they're going to call 3 seconds on Campbell. Lions play good enough defense, and they caught Davis in the lane.
We're getting down to the place in the ball game with 6 minutes to play where you don't want to get behind this Campbell team now. They would love that, and they can play their style basketball, and that's not our best game to play.
I need to get a little spurt in here where they get a little momentum going like they did about this stage of the first half. Troy Green with the basketball to Grant. Grant turns, spins, drives all the way to the baseline. He stepped on the out-of-bounds line. It'll be Campbell basketball. So Campbell now will inbound it. Score still tied. A little under 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Campbell with the basketball. Baseline holding. He fakes. Passes underneath. Shot put up. Blocked by Bowie. Come down with Rico Grant with the rebound. Grant driving on the right side. Now backs it out. To Noble Evans. Turns. Spins. 10-footer. No good. Sam Bowie with the slam dunk rebound. The Lions lead 54-52. That brought the crowd to its feet.
That's the kind of spark we need.
Pogue drives all the way in. Passes on the baseline. Holding with the basketball. Drive. Passes in the lane. Underneath to Davis. Davis puts the shot up. It is fouled. Partially blocked by Evans. But Davis draws the foul. Will go to the free throw line for 2. Campbell came back, worked the ball, and got it back underneath. So Charles Davis, who has done a good job off the bench for Campbell tonight, is set to go to the free throw line, but before he does, Southeastern calls a timeout. Dick?
Well, as we said a minute ago, we're down to below 5 minutes now, and it's real crucial we keep the lead in this ball game or not get behind, because Campbell will bleed the clock for every second they can get, and as disciplined as they are in their offense, they're not likely to take any bad shots. So it's imperative that we keep the lead in this ball game, or at least keep it tied. The home team advantage should work for us here, but it doesn't always work that way.
Reminder again, the Lady Lions will be at home here at University Center next week. Monday night they host Southern University, and then Thursday and Saturday they have home conference games, the season finale against Stetson next Saturday night. And then, of course, as we said, the Lady Lions hosting the conference tournament here in the University Center from March the 7th through the 9th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The Lady Lions with trying to get back into the swing and finish at a 2nd or 3rd seed going into the conference. Florida International has the #1 seed wrapped up. Charles Davis will shoot the free throws. His first free throw attempts in the ball game, and he makes the first one. Campbell shot 8 free throws, only missed 2 thus far. Davis makes the next one. Davis hits both of them. He has 6.5, 8 in the ball game, and it's 54-54 with 4:54 to go. Rico Grant, right side. Dribbles, puts up three-pointer, partially blocked, and Corey Best comes down to rebound. 2 or 3 outside shots the Lions have had blocked. Driving all the way in. Neely's shot is blocked by Sam Bowie. Rico Grant driving down the court. Grant driving all the way, puts a shot up, it's blocked, but Noble Evans is there for the rebound, but misses the shot. And on the rebound, Rico Grant is called for the foul. It'll be a 1-on-1 situation for the Camels. Well, Noble Evans was in the right place at the right time, but he just couldn't get his shot to drop.
We're not having a good shooting night percentage-wise, and we've had enough opportunities. We just can't seem to make them fall.
And this will send Scott Neely, who is their leading scorer for the season, to the free throw line. Campbell is 5 of 6 in this half. For the season, Neely's an 81% free throw shooter. And he makes the first one. As a team, they shoot 70%, 699. He misses that one, and Evans comes down with the rebound. 55-54, Campbell lead. Troy Green down with the basketball. Now backs it out. Lions trying to set an offense. Go to Whittingham on the right side. Whittingham with the basketball. Troy Green. Green puts up a shot off balance, no good. Whittingham with the rebound, puts it off the glass. It won't go, but a foul is called.
Jason's not having one of his better shooting nights. He's 3 for 11 this half so far.
That's Best's second foul, and Whittingham will go to the line to shoot 2. He's got 6 points in the ball game.
Jason Whittingham at the line shooting 2.
Jason with a couple freebies here. This is his last home ball game for the Lions, and he misses that one. As you said, he struggled a little bit down the stretch run at the free throw line. Played very well overall in all the other facets of the game. Just one area he hasn't hit. Whittingham misses that one badly, and Best comes down with another rebound. I think in the first half, Best had 6 rebounds. I knew he had a lot. He led everybody in rebounds in the first half. Now Campbell with a 1-point lead in the basketball. Hey, alley-oop it to Davis underneath, and he slams it home. 3-point lead now by Campbell. Green to Whittingham, right side to Grant. Grant's going to be called for walking. He juked his steps, and Campbell has a 57-54 lead and the basketball.
This is the situation we don't want to be in at this point in the ball game.
And John Lyle's going to call a timeout. Man of tonight's ball game being brought to you by Dixie Miles and Nissan Lincoln Mercury of Hammond, the #1 new car sales leader. Dixie Motors has an exceptional array of vehicles for you to choose from to meet your needs. Remember, Dixie Miles and Nissan Lincoln Mercury is still the home of no rigmarole. Drop in soon at Dixie Motors on the corner of West Church and North Morrison. Also being brought to you by Name Meat Cinema, now showing City Hall with Al Pacino and John Cusack. Black Sheep with Chris Farley and David Spade. The Juror with Demi Moore and Alec Baldwin. Sense and Sensibility with Emma Thompson and Alan Rickman. Also by Tommy's Pizza on North Morrison Boulevard, just down the street from the University Center. It is the place to enjoy Italian dinners, gourmet pizzas, and buffaladas, or Greek pizza. All in a relaxed atmosphere with friendly service and reasonable prices. Drop in at Tommy's Pizza and Pasta or call 345-9726 if you want to pick up your order. That's Tommy's Pizza on North Morrison Boulevard. 11 million Americans have trusted AMCO. You should too, because AMCO's best-selling lifetime service provides free parts and labors for as long as you own your car, and includes an annual recheck requirement. AMCO's men of Hammond are Paul Harry and Phil Saunders, who are located at 106 Market Street in Hammond. That's AMCO Shop at Hammond. Also being brought to you by Damon Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas in Hammond, and it's been serving this area for almost 50 years, the oldest agency in Hammond. Be sure to come in to Damon Jones Insurance Agency at 211 West Thomas or call 345-7471 for a free quote on any of your insurance needs. Campbell, 3:34 to go in the ball game. 3-point lead to have the basketball. Back outside. Hogue to best. Boy, a basket would be big for the Camels in this situation. There's Pogue driving in the lane, puts a shot up over Evans, no good, gets his own rebound, passes it out, and out of bounds. But Campbell has had a lot of second rebounds and offensive rebounds in this half.
The ball's bouncing away out ways, and they're in a good position to get them. They're not having those ones just fall off the rim where we could get them.
Lions looking for some spark with 3:13 to go. They trail by 3. Right side, Bowie puts up a three-pointer. It's no good. Rebounded underneath by Noble. Evans has the ball stripped away. Grant goes up with the shot. It's blocked. Davis thought he got all of the ball. We're going to call a foul on him. Grant will have 2. That is Davis' third foul. And Rico Grant will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Rico's usually tough on these free throws late in the game. Let's see if he can come through again here. We sure need him.
For the season, a 72% free throw shooter. Makes his first one. That cuts it to 57-55. 3:01 to go in the ball game. The Lions will share the Western Division title either way, but the top seed in the conference still rides on this one. Grant makes them both. And it's 57-56. Campbell inbounds the basketball. This is Pogue. He's going to be guarded by Green. They get it over to Best. Best with the basketball to Pogue. Pogue is run into by Noble Evans, and they can call a block on him. And I know what the call there was, Dick, that he just did not, even though he was there, he didn't give Pogue time to come down on the floor. Evans took the front end of that. It's one of the few times in the collisions this year that he's come out on the rough end of the deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to run into Noble Evans under there anytime.
Noble picks up his 4th foul. And that'll send Pogue to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. And on the season, just a 44% free throw shooter. Well, a guy that's started 18 ball games and is the assist leader on the team. He has only shot 9 free throws all year. Dick, that's almost incredible.
Well, he just doesn't shoot very often. He shoots a wide open shots occasionally, but he's used mostly as a feeder.
Well, he makes that one, and it's a 2-point, 58-56 lead. And makes that one. Back to a 3-point lead, 59-56, 2:48 and counting. Troy Green out front. They get it to Bowie on the left wing. Drives the baseline. Puts a double clutch shot up off the glass. Good. Sam Bowie.
This is where Sam earns the big money right here.
59-58. 2:30 to go in the ball game. Pogue dribbles past 2 or 3 line defenders. The ball is almost tipped away on the left side. Neely with a 3-pointer. Good. He drilled it. Lions gambled a little bit on defense. Neely got kept left wide open. It's a 4-point lead. And Troy Green launches one from the outer space. Came down trailing by 4. And now Campbell will get it across the midcourt line and back it out. In fact, they're even going to call a timeout right there.
It's going to be tough for us now because they're not going to release the ball till just a few seconds to play unless they get a wide open shot. So we have got to get our act together here and play some tough defense and make them shoot bad shots. And hope we can score on the other end.
And the guys they have on the floor, they're, as we said, they're a 70% free throw shooting squad as a unit. All their starters, except for Pogue, are very good free throw shooters. Neely shooting 81%, Best 78%, King 76%, Hurst 65%. The Lions may be forced to foul, but they've got some pretty good guys to go to the free throw line. And one more foul, and they'll be in the double bonus situation where they'll have 2, and the 1-and-1 situation won't be in effect. So the Lions paint themselves in a hole. They came down, might have rushed that last shot just a little bit, trailing by 4 points, but Troy Green's had a hot hand, and he's hit a bunch of them from there, so.
Well, I'm sure Coach Lyles, if he had it to do over, would have probably rather he not taken it quite so quickly, although he encourages them to shoot those threes. The problem we've got now is deciding whether we want to foul or whether we want to run some clock. I suspect this first time down the floor, he'll let them run a little clock and try to get an interception on a pass. But once that clock gets down to about a minute, we're going to have to start fouling.
2:08 to go in the ball game. Campbell leads by 4. Yeah, inbound pass to King underneath, and he puts it up and in. They just ran a good play and got the shot, and the Lions trail by 6. Troy Green outside to Rico Grant. Grant to Bowie. Bowie fakes one, pulls up, double clutches his shot in, rolls around and falls through. Bowie with a couple of double clutch shots here in the last minute, and it's 64 to 60. Lions definitely need a steal and a turnover here. Here's Pogue with the basketball. Gets the ball to King, back to Pogue. They'll back it out and run as much clock as they can. Drive in, Best to Davis. Davis shot, he is blocked on one end and fouled on the other. And the whistle goes up. And coming off the bench, Charles Davis has been a very critical key player in this ball game. That foul they called on Bowie. And Davis will go to the free throw line. He's in the ball game for the season. I didn't have him listed because he wasn't a starter. He's only shot 41%, but he hasn't shown it in this ball game. He was 2 for 2. He clangs that one off the back of the rim.
Right now it's still a 2-possession ball game, so we're still in the ball game here.
Another free throw. This one in and out, no good. And it's rebound on the floor, picked up by Rico Grant. Grant down quickly with the basketball to Bowie. Bowie slams it home. Sam Bowie. And it's 64-62. The Lions come charging back. 1:19 to go, and they're going to call Troy Green for bumping in to Pogue. That is Green's third foul. And that will send Dan Pogue, who is 2 for 2 from the line tonight. But we said only 4 of 9 for the season from the free throw line coming in the ball game.
Still plenty of time in this ball game.
It is a 2-shot. And he misses it. Well, the Lions couldn't have fouled 2 better guys in the last 2 trips to the down the court. Pogue makes the second one. Now it's a 3-point lead, 1:17 to go. You don't have to come down and force a shot in this situation. So you still got plenty of time to come down and get you a good shot, regardless whether it's a 2 or a 3. And Bowie breaks out, and he's being held by Neely. And so that's going to kill the clock and send us to the free throw line. That's exactly what we wanted.
Well, they knew we were going to try to get the ball to Sam. And just overplay a little over defensed him a little bit there to the place where he hand checked him, got the foul.
Well, 1:06 to go. Bowie can close it to 1. And misses it, but Noble Evans there for the rebound, goes up and is fouled. Sam's free throw went all the way down, came back out, but Noble Evans was there. That's foul on Davis. That's his 4th. So now Noble Evans will go to the line, and he'll have 2 in this situation. And from now on, it'll be double-double all the way, Dick, both sides. The last minute and 6. Now, ironically, no time went off the clock in that short section. Noble Evans, he misses. The Lions have missed a couple of free throws here. At a critical time, trailing by 3, they need to hit a couple free throws and have not made them. Evans' next one is good. Good for 2 there. So it's a 2-point ball game, 65-63. Long outlet pass to Best. Best puts the shot up good. They've hit that about 4 times tonight. Quickly, 1 minute to go. Lions trail by 4. They just need a good shot and make a bucket in this situation. Rico Grant with the basketball to Green. Green, top of the key, puts a 3-pointer up, way off, no good. And Bowie gets a rebound foul from behind. A break for the Lions because it stops the clock right there. They set up Troy Green for the 3-pointer there, although they really didn't need it. So Sam will go back to the line to shoot 2. That foul was on Neely, his 3rd. And Campbell's going to call a timeout. Quickly, your sponsors tonight have been the Denver Jones Insurance Agency, AMCO of Hammond, Tommy's Pizza, Amite Cinema, and Dixie Miles Nissan Lincoln Mercury of Hammond. Well, Dick, it's going to go down the final seconds of the ball game. Southeastern fighting for the West Division Championship. Although that's a nice feather in your cap, but the more important thing is the seed in the conference tournament. And another thing, if they finish third in this conference tournament going into that, they will have to face Campbell in the semifinals if they both are successful in the first round, because the number 2 and 3 seeds face each other.
Well, we're a long way from there yet, both in this game and in the tournament, so we'll just see what happens there. Southeastern needs to be able to make free throws down the clutch here, though. You know, we said this ball game of 70 points would probably win it, and it's sure beginning to look that way right now. Love to have 70 points right now. This will be Southeastern's lowest point total of the year at the rate it's going.
What's their previous low this year, Dick? You got the scores of their ball games. We can check that out. It's ironic that 2 of the top 3 seeds in the conference tournament are going to be teams that play very, very slow control type ball, and Southeastern on a direct opposite spectrum tries to get it up and down and shoot a lot.
74 points was our lowest total against Grambling.
At the line, shooting 2 for Southeastern.
Sam Bowie
Sam Bowie.
will shoot 2 shots. 48 seconds to go. The Lions trail by 4. Bowie makes the first one.
Got some final scores here. University of Florida Atlantic beats University of Central Florida 88-71. Florida International loses to Stetson 82-73. And Mercer beats Jacksonville State University 78-69.
Bowie made both free throws, cuts it to 2. Now Pogue sets up the offense, killing the clock. Lions really don't have to foul in this situation. Pogue drives in, back outside. They still have a possession left coming. 27 seconds to go. 12 seconds on the shot clock. About a 12-second differential. Neely drives down, tries to pass to him. He's fouled out of bounds. There'll be 5 seconds left. Time for the Lions to really play good defense here, and Campbell's going to call a timeout. Now comes the time where you don't want to foul these 5 seconds, because it'll give them a new shot clock whether they get a shot or not.
That's right.
And then you'll still have 14 seconds to come down and get a shot off to tie the ball game or possibly win it.
Yeah, the worst thing could happen to us is a foul right now. So I'm sure Coach Lyles is telling him that in the huddle right now. And of course, the two-pointer will tie this ball game. It's important we don't foul also from the standpoint of the free throws, because they could get themselves out of reach with the 2 free throws.
Another thing, though, Dick, that's alarming, the last 2 ball games, opponents for Southeastern have had some inbounds plays underneath their own bucket. They've gotten some easy layups on the inbounds offensive effort. Campbell has gotten 3 tonight, and one thing you got to guard against there is to allow an easy bucket also. You don't want to foul, and you don't want to allow the easy bucket, especially with 5 seconds on the shot clock. So John Lyles, I'm sure, trying to guard against that also happening here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what kind of play he sets up with 19 seconds to come down the floor with, assuming we get the rebound and they don't score. Will he go for the 2 or will he go for the 3? I'm sure he would take either one gladly.
Pass in the best. He'll back it out. 4 seconds. He launches a long 3-pointer. No good. Noble Evans with the basketball. 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Troy Green coming down. Puts up a 3-pointer. It's blocked. He gets his own rebound. Puts up a 2-pointer. In and out. No good. And a rebound is by King. And he's fouled by Troy Green. And with 3 seconds left, Campbell can ice this ball game right here. But Troy just tried to put up a 3-pointer, which is obviously blocked, but give him credit. He hustled, he got his own shot, but then could not get the ball to fall. It went down and came back out. And the Lions really with their backs to the walls here with 3 seconds to go. A good scrambling effort. They forced good defense. They made Campbell shoot a bad shot and got a good rebound, and just not come up and get as good a shot off as they probably wanted in that situation.
Well, we're obviously in real big trouble right now, but regardless how this game comes out, you got to give Campbell a lot of credit. They play an excellent defensive basketball game, very disciplined offensive game, and they have a fine team. They have as good a record as we have.
That's quite right. They've gone on the road and they've beat Centenary, and if they win this game tonight, they will have beaten Centenary and us on the road for the last weekend of the season. That's a pretty tall order.
Well, that's the way you want to go into a tournament, too. If I were their coach, I would be very happy to have them going in the tournament winning 2 games away from home and finishing up as strongly as they did.
And of course, you know, the Lions have to give them a lot of credit. They had a lot of adrenaline flowed Thursday night for that big win over Charleston. And
well, this is what you always worry about, Larry, is that your team comes off a game like they played the other night, which was almost perfect ball game, and they were high as a kite and beat the best team in our league, and it's awfully hard to keep that momentum going 2 games in a row, coming down a little bit once you know you've already got at least a tie for the conference, your division of the conference.
Of course, it takes the 3. Takes 3 in a row when you get to the conference tournament. So.
Well, we're not out of it yet, but it's going to be tough here. If he makes both of these, it's all over.
And he makes the first one. He's a pretty good free throw shooter. As we said, he's shooting 76%. And he is 4 of 5 for the ball game. And
that's the ball game right there.
5 of 6, 3 seconds to go. A 4-point lead for Campbell.
Those were really critical free throws, that boy. Boy, I'm not sure he realized how important those free throws were to them.
And he made both of them. Give him the credit. As you said, you got to give them a little credit down the stretch. They made the things happen that they had to make happen to pull out this ball game. Southeastern with 3 seconds, and now take one of those miracle finishes right now. A good crowd here for the last 2 home ball games of the season, and we certainly hope that's where it picks up next year as the Lions charge back out. Again, they lose Bowie and they lose Whittingham, and but they'll have everybody else back. They'll have Whittingham back at the season, winds to a close. And
well, Southeastern deserves a lot of credit. They weren't picked to do nearly as well this year as they've done, and both the team and the coach deserve a lot of credit for what they've accomplished. And the tournament is what's important to get in the big dance, and I'm not sure the seed is all that important.
Noble Evans, balls thrown away, shot put up at the buzzer, no good. But Campbell University is going to come in here and walk out with a 69-65 victory over the Southeastern Lions. Dick, a couple comments. I'll give some points over.
Well, they held us to 20 points under what we normally score in a ball game, which is substantial. So, again, you got to give them a lot of credit. To score only 65 points in a ball game is 10 points lower than we've scored in any other game this year. Again, Southeastern did not have a good shooting night, but a lot of that was due to the fact that Campbell played good defense. They blocked a lot of Troy Green's 3-point attempts. We did not get a lot of good shots at the goal tonight like we have been, and I'm sure it's a downer for the team, but they'll be excited by tournament time next week, and we could end up getting a blessing if we'd ended up in the #1 seed and had to play Stetson, for example, on their home court in the first ball game. That may not have been the best situation for us. I don't know yet whether Stetson will get in this tournament or not, depending on all the final results tonight, and we haven't calculated them yet, so I don't know who we're going to end up getting to play against, but I'm sure it will not be Stetson.
Campbell University wins with 69 points. Their point totals included Hogue with 7, Fitzpatrick with 2, Best with 15, and he really came on strong in the second half. He had 11 O's. Holden had 5, King had 12, including those clinching 2 free throws. Neely had 13, Clarence Davis with a strong second half had 12, and Hurst had 4. And for the Southeastern Lions, Rico Grant had 9, Glenn Charles had 5, Troy Green had 16, Sam Bowie had 20, Jason Whittingham had 6, Jason Kay had 6, and Noble Evans had 3. And next, Dick Sharp talks with John Lyles after a final Campbell 69, Southeastern 65.
Well, Coach, it was a tough loss tonight. It seemed like we've had this interview before where you have a night where the ball won't go in the hole. It's awful hard to win. Shooting 37% tonight makes it pretty difficult to overcome that, even though you got a few more shots than Campbell did. But to Campbell's credit, they played a good ball game, and they're a fine basketball team.
Yes, they do have a good team, Dick. But like you said, 37% shooting, and a lot of those were great shots. It seemed like the first 10 minutes of the game, we couldn't buy one, and they were all right around the basket. And except for a couple of exceptions, pretty much we were getting some pretty good looks at the basket. Just had a hard luck night shooting the basketball, and hopefully this was our bad shooting night for the next few games. Maybe we got one behind us, and when we go down to the conference tournament, we'll be shooting the ball normally again.
Well, the good part is we're still Western Division tied for the conference champions in the Western Division, and you go into the tournament with a positive outlook, I'm sure.
Sure.
And do you care who you play in the tournament, Coach?
No, it's irrelevant. I don't even know where we're going to be seated, and I don't care. It's not important because all the teams are so balanced anyway. Just go down there and whoever they put us against, we hook it up and play. The team that's good enough to put 3 games together is going to win this thing. You can't just have one good game. You got to have 3 good games down there, and it's going to be a heck of a tournament. I think our team is one of the teams that can win it for sure. I think all of them can, but I think ours is one of the ones. But simply because obviously we're one of the best 3 teams in the league because we tied with 2 other teams. And this team this year accomplished a lot of things so far. We won a championship, our co-championship in the West. We won, had a winning record, good record. Broke all kind of records for Southeastern as far as in the TAC play. And we're ready to go. We're going to go down there and we're gonna get after them and see what happens.
My understanding that you're going to be the number 3 seed down there, Coach. Do you have any druthers as to who you'd rather play?
Irrelevant. I'd rather not play the home team. Other than that, I think it really doesn't matter. I don't think there's that much difference between any of the teams. Obviously, some teams have a little edge over the others because they proved it during the conference race. But for the most part, it's just going to be anybody's game down there and anybody's tournament. Just like last year, the 8th seed won the tournament, and that could happen again. So you just got to go down there, prepare for each game, give it your best shot every night, and see what happens.
Are there any injuries as a result of tonight's game, Coach?
I don't think so.
I saw Jason getting down there getting taped up. I just wondered if he had any residual effects.
We had a couple of little bruises, but for the most part, I think we're going to be healthy. And so these guys have hung together all year. They're a tight team, tight group, and they'll bounce back.
Well, Coach, we wish you well in that tournament. I look forward to being down there with you, and we'll hope we'll see you on Saturday in that finals game and on ESPN for the fans here.
And one more thing, Dick. Congratulations to Barry, Vicki Niemeyer, have their twin boys, and they're all excited, and we're all excited for them.
Thank you, Coach. Okay. Good night from the Southeastern Coliseum.
Top service, top parts, top warranties, and always with a smile. That's what you get at Amco Transmission on Market Street in Hammond. With 25 years experience and over 20 million transmission service, Amco has built the reputation one satisfied customer at a time. What else would you expect from the world's largest chain of transmission specialists? You don't get this big without doing things right.
Here's your warranty, sir. Here at Amco, our reputation is built on quality service at a fair price.
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
Fine, how are you today?
Great. Hey, Dan. Oh, what's that you got?
John, how's it going?
Great. Ooh, well, that looks good. Janine, what kind of pizza is that?
Oh, it's pepperoni, black olive, and artichoke hearts.
That's what I want. I'll have one of those. There's 3 things that make a great restaurant: great food, great service, and great atmosphere. You'll find all 3 at Tommy's Pizza. The oldest insurance agency in Hammond, the Dameron Jones Agency, has been serving this area for almost 50 years with A-plus rated companies and excellent service for its many customers. Automobile insurance for blazers, trucks, motorcycles, mobile homes, and homes. Come in to 211 West Thomas Street in Hammond today. Dameron Jones Insurance Agency. Drop in and let us help you. 345-7471. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Dixie Mazda, Nissan, Lincoln, Mercury of Hammond, Louisiana. Now the #1 new car sales leader in Hammond. At Dixie, our customers have purchased over 100 cars each month for the last 10 months. With over $3 million in RV inventory and over $2 million in used and program car inventory, Dixie Motors has an exceptional array of vehicles for you to choose from to meet your needs. Remember, Dixie Mazda, Nissan, Lincoln, Mercury is still the home of no rigmarole. Drop in soon at Dixie Motors in Hammond, Louisiana, at the corner of North Morrison Boulevard and Church Street.
is one metaphor. Another is landscape, a conjured place through which the music moves and in which the listener can wander. Tuke theorizes that an ethereal culture absorbed in perfume, light, silence, and ambient sound has developed in response to the intangibility of 20th century communications. This past 100 years of expansiveness in music, he says, has been preparing us for the electronic ocean of the next century. I'm Stephen Hill, and on this edition of Hearts of Space, we journey through the lattice into the ambient landscape and the electronic ocean on a program called Immersion. We begin with ambient music from Israel by Art in Dust from Amatoria. From Los Angeles, music by LA Synthesis from the United State of Ambience 3 compilation. From New York, ambient electronics by Happy Rhodes from Oral Gratification Volume 2. From San Francisco, ambient spaces by Spice Barons, the Heavenly Music Corporation, and Ambient Temple of Imagination, all from Volume 5 of the compilation From Here to Tranquility. From London, a piece by Bob Charlesworth from Music for the Third Ear, plus more by Heavenly Music Corporation from Anechoic, and by Happy Rhodes from Oral Gratification, Volume 1. It's an ambient journey, immersion, on this hour